In this live coding session, we're going to introduce randomness, and that normally complicates unit testing. You have to introduce some kind of test double, like a stub of some kind, where you can pre-program the fake random result that isn't random, that the test controls. Yeah, what if we didn't do that, and instead we use James Shore's Nullables pattern language? Welcome to the Quality Coding live stream. I am John Reed, and hey, welcome Mud Shark. This is going to be an interesting session, I think. They're usually pretty good, if I say so myself. I'm having fun and I'm learning. So for folks who are watching this after the fact on YouTube, welcome. If you like what subscribe so you get these, and maybe if you like what you see, give it a like. You have the advantage of setting the playback speed to 1.5 or 2x. So you can speed up my introverted, quiet, long pause thinking. But the folks who are here live have the advantage of being able to say hello in the chat. Hi, Eric. And interacting with what's going on here, which is great fun. Wow. What else is going on? I am enjoying the Olympics. I am not generally a sporting person. I watch the Super Bowl, American football. That's all. And the Olympics. And part of that is my wife and I love shows, and we very much enjoy the opening ceremonies. How about those opening ceremonies? Wow, that was amazing. Really, really love it. Something that I'm doing as we have the Olympics playing, and I'm either deciding whether I want to watch or whether I want to relax, is doing a little coding on the side. And that has been my other project, which I initially did a little live streaming of, but this time I decided it's a lot of repetitive stuff. But I've been doing something interesting in here that oh, hey, Omar, bronze, and yeah, it's fun to watch the medals. I enjoy the Olympics very much. Let me set a little context, and then I'll explain what I'm thinking here. We are TDDing Mastermind using Swift UI. We're working on play the simplest game. So we've done some basic layout. Tapping the color sets the guess. There's only one guess. We show you win or you lose. Now, we're at a point where we need to set the secret code, which will be one of two colors. But it's random, right? That's the game part of it. As soon as we hit random, that's an interesting barrier. With unit testing, tests need to follow the first rule, the first set of rules. They need to be fast, isolated, repeatable, self-testing, and timely, meaning TDD, meaning do the test first. And repeatable. Random is inherently non-repeatable. That's the whole point. So typically, the way to do this is to say, okay, then we are going to make this a test double. We're going to introduce some sort of protocol, and we're going to have sort of a real random and a fake not random at all for testing. We still want to do that, but I want to lean into something else that I've been playing with, and that was on my list of things I wanted to try and explore in this project. Right? We've been doing things that we are used to, discovery trees, Arlo's commit notation, story slicing we're used to, but and evolutionary design, but I think that's been a fun thing to lean into with Mastermind, to say we're just going to play one guess. But one of the things on here is Nullables. Nullables, a pattern language by James Shore. Let me show you. I'll share this. Nullables is an interesting technique. James Shore is the author of this fine book. I have first edition, and I just got the second edition, nicely signed by James. The Art of Agile Development. Get this. You may wonder, like, more agile stuff? I'll tell you a secret about this book. It's actually about extreme programming. Just says agile to avoid freaking people out with the extreme part of things. Anyway, that's James. So he introduced this, I don't know, a year or two ago. Testing with Nullables. It's a pattern language. I love a pattern language. Sets some context, and he starts talking about mocks and spies. And the reason we like mocks and spies, yeah, it is about true agile, is to get tests that are repeatable, fast, but they do come with weaknesses, right? Especially in complex systems where you end up having mocks everywhere. I admit, in the past, I have written a mock that returned a mock, and I know that's a smell, and I feel a little ashamed of that. It was ugly at the time. There are better ways to do things. One of the better ways is to use this Nullables pattern language. What is a Nullable? Here we go. At first glance, Nullables look like test doubles, but they're actually production code with an off switch. What that means is, like, for our set the secret, we're going to have a thing that actually sets the secret, but there's also going to be a switch in the production code to say, don't be random. Don't be random. In production code. Now, this may sound bizarre. I've seen advantages already. In my other project, I'm having to convert some code from Swift, from Objective-C to Swift. It uses OC Makito, which was really handy for mocking in Objective-C. But of course, won't be able to use that when this switch is over. So I need to remove OC Makito. And to do that, part of that, I've been making things nullable. Like this, for example, I'm working right now on a thing that goes out and talks to the App Store. I'm making that nullable by saying, for the null version, don't actually go out and talk to the App Store. Welcome, Joe. Hey, well, it's good to have you. Folks, meet Joe. He's been actively participating via YouTube. So, Andy Coder, I have not been recording this refactoring. It got kind of interesting here, but it is very repetitive. Like I need to do this for the App Store, for the emailer, for web page app actions, for the map type controller, for pin annotation views, and it's just on and on and on. So I haven't been recording those. It's been kind of freeing to have a little side project where I can just pick it up and put it down without worrying about syncing with anything or having it, a recording. Anyway, so the goal of this is to say, let's use a nullable. Let me show you a little more about what a nullable is. And the great thing about having this in a pattern language, you've seen pattern languages before. You may not recognize them. If you have the Gang of Four design patterns book, the design patterns reference each other. So that creates a pattern language. Another popular book with a pattern language, well, actually, James Shore's Art of Agile Development, well, it's not as strict, but there are pattern language aspects in it. But another popular one is Domain-Driven Design. The refactoring book. Refactorings refer to refactorings. Domain-Driven Design book, very clearly a pattern language. So good question, Andy Coder. Hey, well, thank you. It's Spectre. Tip of the hat to you. The curious thing about having the ability to set a switch in a nullable in production is that that might be something you actually want in certain cases. For example, with our set the secret, I can think of times when I would want to be running the game, but not have it be random. For example, let's say you're giving a big demo. You're up on stage at WWDC showing off your mastermind game. I'm gonna get there. And you only have a few, like 2 minutes or something like that. And so you want to have practiced. Yes, exactly. And you don't want to get up there and go, okay, and guess, and then a couple bad scenarios. One is that it takes too long to demonstrate. The other is maybe that you get it right the first shot. So I can see how it would be handy in production, maybe with a secret environment variable or something, to be able to say, don't actually randomize the secret. Let's go back to the pattern language. All you have to do is, well, here's the table of contents here. Here are all the things that come into play, a number of descriptions of different ways of testing, some different architectures, and most importantly, nullables. The key thing is to make a a class method or a static method where you can say, create a null instance of yourself. And here's the example, calling login client, create null, get user info should return a default response without actually talking to the third-party login service. So it's gonna, let's do it. Let's get going. That's enough jibber jabber. How are we gonna do this? One thing is that, let's see. Here. Nullables are production code and should be tested accordingly. This stuff is a good read. So we're going to work with the easy case of just stubbing a response. Making a spy, the other half of most test doubles, requires other work. That's more like analytics tracking, telemetry kind of thing, or logging. So let's do it. Let's start to figure this out. We want to set a secret. What do we do? I don't know. Right now, our secret is... What is our secret? Isn't it blue? But I don't even remember. Yeah, I've been experimenting with it with my other project. I think it has a lot of promise. Now, he points out it has trade-offs. Of course there are trade-offs. So bear that in mind. All right. What do I want? Let's make a thing to set the... Okay, is guess correct? So the game gets a secret. Hello? Surely there are callers of the game. Let's go out. We set the number of choices. We're not setting the secret? I'm pretty sure we're hard coding the secret somewhere. Ooh, look at this. Oh. All right, let's have a look at the... Yes, correct. Thank you. We are setting the game secret out here. We have nothing. There is no secret. It's empty. There's probably no way to win the game right now. You can only lose. Okay, so I'm imagining that when we create I don't know. Yeah. So here we create the game, which this really is our composition root, as it were. That we should also create a secret maker and pass that into the game, and the secret maker can be nullable. Or something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. like that. Just getting these thoughts down in case we are interrupted. How does that sound? Let us. This is going to be away from SwiftUI, right? So it's just plain old TDD, which means we can start with a new test. Secret maker tests. What should it do? The Nullable. Oh, shoot, you're right, Mudshark. Okay, let's diagram this a little. Or add a node or something. Needs to know yes. Super important. Huh. Well, let's back up and take a look at this and imagine it. The game is initialized with a number of code choices. Yeah. By the way, I have spent this past week going through the stuff, kind of the sneak peek from Essential Developer. This is Kaio and Mike's things. Joe, I haven't said, Joe, did I say it? I didn't say it yet, did I? Essential Developer, Kaio and Mike. I've respected them for a long time, but this was my first time to actually go through their material. Not their course, but this is their sneak peek free stuff to, entice you to join. I was super pleased to see how focused they are on the stuff that I've been learning and trying to practice and trying to teach. I think they're better teachers than I am. And like the focus on testing and I haven't talked about solid principles, I feel like, in a while. They did, and they did it well, and in a way that's helpful. and design principles. And one of the things they mentioned as a sort of a general kind of meta principle is when you're having battles between dependencies and stuff, and there's something knows too much about things, move it up. Move it up the chain as a kind of a technique of like, get it outside, so the thing on the outside, which is where we're looking right now, it sets things up and passes those things in. So I was super impressed. So let design. It needs to know the number of code choices. So the game could make the secret maker. Yeah, the composition root. Composition root, they call it that because they got that from the dependency injection book by by Mark Seaman. I need to get the second edition of that because it looks really good. The first one was revolutionary for me. So if the game is given a secret maker, And the secret maker knows how many code choices there are and what those choices are. Feels like it should be the responsibility of the game to say to the secret maker, oh, God. Sorry to blind your eyes. Here are your code choices. Make me a secret. That feels okay. So it shouldn't need to know, like this number. It should need to know what are the possible choices. And then do a shuffle or something else. Okay, this is starting to take shape. This is design. Design is still a real thing. Folks who say, I mean, there's an element of thinking in test-driven development that's real. You don't just willy-nilly make stuff up. Okay, so I think we found our path. Let us create the game settings will allow like, can you repeat colors or not? And right now we can't. So that will affect how the secret maker evolves. Let's go. Let us inject into game. Yeah, it doesn't. I want the secret maker not to know about the game. I want the game to tell it information. Tell, don't ask. Right. Okay, let's go. Secret maker tests. So if we have, let's see what it says here. If we have a secret maker and create null and assign that as the SUT, and I'm sort of starting from the front forwards. Normally it's helpful to go from the back. Let's sandwich this. Secret maker make secret should give us, for the nullable version, here's the thing. If we pass in to, hang on, let me pull this out. If we pass in a set of colors to use as code choices, okay, black and blue, we should get those same results back for the nullable version. The choice, the secret is the unshuffled colors. in the order that they're shown on the screen. Eric, will use of protocol help to follow Nullable to represent different kinds of secret maker in which we can inject into the game, like random and non-random one? There. So outside, when you're dealing with something that is nullable, you say either make a secret maker or ask the secret maker to create a null of itself, as we are doing here. Inside, you can do all the normal things we're used to. We can have protocols. We can have and the actual null object pattern. You can start with if statements and design it, TDD style, evolutionary. All the normal stuff still goes on the inside. So let's extract these, if it'll let us. Did not let us. There. This is code choices. This is starting to shape up to what I imagine. So if we have an array of code choices and we just pass them in and say, make a secret from those, what it should do is pass them right back. And we'll have another test for the random one, which will be interesting. Let's make this better. Well, let's start framing this. I think we can improve the expressiveness of the code, but make it work first. So, first step, we need a secret maker. Oh, here's where I have an opportunity, Joe, to say, if only I could just option enter on secret maker and select and say, I would like a new secret maker. I would like it to be a struct. If only there were a way to do that. If only I hadn't been poisoned by fabulous, fabulous other IDE. Right, there's secret maker. Perhaps the code should be passed in via create null, so that make secret is the same for nullable and non-nullable. So I think in this case, what I want to do is I actually want to inject the secret maker into the game and let the game call the secret maker with the information. So it's a little deferred. Back to our tests. Now create null should pretty close. Pretty close. Except we need to set like, hey, you are null, or have a nullable version with the protocol on the inside. Just to make it simple and dumb. Yeah, exactly. Let's have like that. Oh, all right. And let us extract that and set it like that. Oh, there. Right, we're starting to get somewhere. Back in the test. Now we need the make secret. Kind of like, let's look at this API a bit. I'm thinking from make secret from code choices. The question of whether codes repeat or not, or whether colors repeat, we're going to defer that, and the answer is no, they don't repeat right now. Later on, we'll pass that in. Make secret from code choices. I kind of like that better, how that reads. So we have make secret from code choices. And you know, that's not bad. If it's null, just return them. If you're calling the actual secret maker, we haven't implemented that. You get nothing. It's pretty good. But I would like to see this fail. I must say, having Copilot generate this for me was nice. It was almost like having the IDE do it for me. I can see how this, once we can start using Apple's, I forget what they call it, their AI-driven code completion. It's going to be really nice. I look forward to that. I'm so used to Copilot now. I admit that it would be hard to go back. Apple Intelligence is kind of their overarching thing for all the things, all their AI stuff. Override make secret with make secret number of choices int. I think this is good. We should get a failing test now, saying empty is not equal to the things we expect. Bringing this into play should now cause it to pass. Nice. Hello, other folks who have joined. Welcome. Good to have you. Say hello. All right. What are we doing? How much code have I written? A fair bit. So let us say this is a new feature with more than 8 lines. Nullable make secret. in my experience, Copilot is good at writing tests for legacy code. The danger we are about to enter as a community, and maybe we're already there, is that people will now say, I don't need TDD. Look, I'm just writing the tests after, ignoring the whole purpose of test-driven development. But if they're able to write tests more easily, that's a good thing. So what were you saying, Mudshark, about overloading? Oh, yeah, it could be overloading. It could be as simple as an if statement. It could be a protocol with a null secret maker and a real secret maker. This is so small that it may be all we need. We'll see. Let's continue. All right, let's make this better. The code choices, I feel, could be better, but maybe not. Is there a way to say, isn't there a way to see, yeah, what the type is? Hey, Xcode, it'd be really nice, since you know the inferred type, if you could help me out by doing that for me. I don't know if this will help. I thought it might help to know what it is, but since, I mean, it could be done like this. I don't think I like that any better. Okay, revert. It's just a little too wide. Yeah. Maybe it's not too wide. Once I get rid of the navigator, it's okay. Okay. I'm content with that. Let's make another test. This will be a little trickier, where we want to say, test that normal secret maker non-null returns array that is sometimes well, that contains every given code choice. That's one test. Another is that is sometimes not equal to code choices. Yeah, feels okay to do this now. All right, let's see. that contains every item in code choices. Come on. It's going to be wrong here. What do we want? We want to test that result count is the same as the code choices count. What's it doing? What's it saying? Does it know? It must know. What's it angry about? I don't know. Well, now it's definitely angry. Okay. Ghost error. Ghost error. Convert to a set for the assert. Could. Or is it just easier to say this and that? It's the same thing. But these assertions together express what I want. In OC Hamcrest, this would be a single matcher. Contains in any order. Right, so this should be simple enough to get to pass just by going here and saying, let's also return code choices. Okay, this is getting silly. All right, I'm going to check this in. It's suggested briefly what I want, which is code choices shuffled. This is a smaller risk. Secret maker. Not shuffled yet. Now. Meow, meow, meow. We're going to have to run this enough that it fails. Because this next test is not going to be deterministic, so, but eventually it will be. Hang on a second. Before we do that, we've got duplication. Let's move this up. Since this is, oops, What am I doing here? I normally try to really work to make sure properties in tests are implicitly unwrapped optionals. However, for something that's just really small and is not going to affect things, I feel okay doing this. Oh, private. And it's starting to get wide. All right. Like that. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Mudshark. How long will it take? The more colors we give it, the sooner it will be wrong. The sooner a shuffle will affect it. So I think that could be handy. So don't we have? I don't know. I don't know if we want to call the code choice generator, but maybe we do. Because then I can just say, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try this. Is this wrong? Oh, okay. Well, that's a reason now to make this, put this in a setup. Let's do that. I think this is better because I don't want to be repeating all those blues and the values don't matter. I just want a lot. It felt important for this test to make it more than 2 colors so that the shuffle, otherwise there's a stronger chance that the shuffle will return the same thing because there is only one way to shuffle it, this way or this way. With 8, the odds of hitting the number, the shuffle in order, having that return the same order is much lower, much lower. Let's get this in. That's a good change. So this is a test-only change. Use now. Now it should be like this. I'm going to have to run this more than once. But I kind of expect the odds are good. Well, right now it will definitely fail because it's not shuffled. So now let us secret maker. Do that. This makes me smile, this code. It passes. Sometimes it will fail. You know, eventually this will fail, and I don't like that. So how do I code this? 100 kind of this is getting gross. 100 times. All right, let's do that. That's good. I'm not used to these options, so thank you. 100 times is good. Stop after failure is good. Or we can just go 100 times and see. Let's just stop after failure. Again. But I want it encoded in here. And this will make a test that is a little unusual. I mean, it's becoming unusual in that I want to say if result is not equal to code choices, then return. Then we're done. Yep. There's still a small chance, but I think it is so small, I'm willing to take it. So let's repeat this and $100 seemed pretty, it didn't take long. So this will be that. All the things that you're not supposed to put into a normal test. Loops, conditionals. Failed to shuffle code choices. That's pretty good. Again, let's break this. The odds are so small, so small. I call it pretty much impossible. The number of shuffles, how many combinations with 8 numbers? Really? I guess, how many? That doesn't, is it really only 255? It might be. Um, might be 255. I don't want to do this. Hey, look at this. Looks like secret codes to me. It's been a while since I've seen combinations and permutations. I'm trying to remember. In any case, I feel good about this. My confidence is high. That is a thing that I feel like I haven't really seen taught except by G. Paw Hill. And that is, how do you evaluate your tests? And he talks about, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I feel good. I like this code. Look at how simple it is. It's not very confusing. It's so small. One little conditional between right here, that's the guts of it, that I don't feel a need to have the real secret maker and the null secret maker and switch between them and create a protocol. No need. All just works. So this is a low risk feature. Secret maker shuffles codes. Haha. Oh, I've been forgetting to push all this time. Okay. This is good. It's done. Let's inject it into the game. So out at the app level, I want to pass in the secret maker. A real one. This is a signature change. To make this, there are 2 ways to go about signature changes. The safe way and the fast way. I mean, not fast way. The basically, do you make this compiler driven, which is what Swift folks tend to do? Really? Is there no other place where we're calling the initializer? Come on. Yeah. This is failing me. Show callers. So there are a lot of places. This is a lot that call the initializer. Let me get the other book. Back to refactoring. This is change function declaration 124. In the new edition, this combines a number of old ones, and maybe I should stick with a first edition where it was like change signature, renaming, adding a parameter. The mechanics are a little confusing. Simple mechanics, migration mechanics. I think what I'd like to do is add the second like that. Will this complain because one's not a convenience? I think it'll probably be okay. Ah, optional. Yes, yes, yes. Optional is a good way to do it. Oh, combine XCTS result. All satisfied code choices contains. Nice. I had not seen all satisfy until I started working on my other project, and it was converting Hamcrest base tests to plain old Swift XC test. Let me first get this into place. Okay. Secret maker. Do I make it optional? Do I make it, or rather, have it? If you don't say otherwise, you're going to get the null? That might be pretty good. Let's try that. So then I don't have to fix up all of these in one shot. This is the app. This is where we definitely want a real secret maker. But everything else, like this can be nullable. Doesn't matter. I think that does it. Andy Coder, let me come back to you. All right, so this is, having changed the signature, I'm just going to commit this. Change signature, add secret maker. And let's come back to that test because it can make this simpler. Let's see how this looks. Result, all satisfy like that. Expect this will still pass. The question is, which is clearer? I think we still need to test that. Oh, this is better because I was only checking 0 and 1, right? I actually increased the number up to 8 and the test only was like, yeah, 0, 1. So that is definitely better. Otherwise, you have to have all 8 in there and that ties the 8s together. That is good. Nice. Probably want to do all satisfy from the code choices, not on the result. Then the count won't be necessary if we flip it around. Right? If we do that, I think we can get rid of the count. Let's see how this feels. On failure, this is going to be a test tuning. So if we come to the secret maker and say drop last, right? So now it's all the same choices except for the last one. This will fail, but I don't think the message is going to be good. Well, it's actually better than I... Wait, it's failing. That's not the failure I wanted. Ignore that one. I thought this would fail. I really did. What about the other way around? What? Let's disable this. Oh, this is the null one. All right. Let's break it the other way. There. Always good to verify why. There. Okay. Huh. So it seems that is correct. Okay. Good to have a sanity check. The message is not good. Wait, I still may want the count here. Let's see if we can improve this message at all. Expected. It's hard. At least we see the shuffling. It is definitely hard to read, but it is better than just like nothing. How about result? Let's see how this reads. Okay, that's better. And we can extract the check portion to a variable and add a message to the assert. Looks like what I'm doing here. For the error message, do we need to display the elements in the arrays? If you don't, you're kind of stuck going, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this is better. I still like this one in place. Having all the variables, like the values in there, might make it just. Yeah, I like this better. This is an example of fine-tuning your errors to really see them fail so that you can decide how can this emit useful information so that if something ever fails, especially in the build system, and not locally, can I just read the test, maybe just the test name and the results to understand what exactly went wrong? And that is often enough. I feel good about this. Let's revert that. Very nice. Good catch. All right, so this is a test-only change. Improve test of like that. Okay, we are starting to hit the clock here. We've injected it into the game. We need to use it now. Have game call it. Right, so that's done. And I think that is where we need to go. Looking good? Feeling good? How do you feel about nullables? We haven't really wired it up yet, but I think you can see some of the benefits. We got test nullable, test not null. Maybe we can improve some of these names here. Contains all elements, all code choices. And this is shuffles code choices. Just trying to get the names a bit better. Oh, oops. So there could be, I don't feel a need for it now, unless we needed to give the live demo. For the live demo, we'd have something like check for environment variable, or check environment variable. Basically like that. And then based on that, we'd say, let the secret maker equal, well, which one? Environment variable is nice. I like it because it is inaccessible. It's not something that someone can change on their app, on their installed app. It is easy to demonstrate here by setting it in the scheme and saying, let's pass in these environment variables. So that's how I would approach that if the need presented itself. All right. This is fun. What'd you see? Nullable. That's cool. All satisfy is that's nice. See, in production, it may still want the nullable one sometimes. For that funny case where I'm giving a demo. So let's see. We're discussing tend to use Swift files and config environments to have all the flags in the same place. Yeah. That is a strong way to do it, especially to keep them all together in a place that's easily discoverable. Basically, instead of reading the environment variable straight in the our root, we could have a thing say go off and read whatever environment variables. Basically, configure yourself, right? So we've had some good discussion of how to configure, and we saw it test your, it's not test, it's check or improve. Any other things that you got out of this? Any other takeaways, goodies? Again, the article that you want. Place to start. All this. Exploration of nullables is on jamesshore.com. All right. Oh, bubble up. Thank you. That's a good one to put in there. It's like dependency, move up. Bubble up. Nice. Very good, y'all. This felt good. It's good learning. It's good for me to do it out of my fingers. I encourage you to, if you find yourself with the opportunity to experiment in your code, check out Nullables. We are only using the stub version. Again, the spy, you'd have to go and look at what he writes about output listeners. Basically taking something that maybe doesn't have any output and adding trackers to it. Output tracker, I think was what it's called. All right. Thank you very much for joining. This was a fun and productive session. I will be off next week, so no live coding next Sunday. I'll be on the road. Other than that, YouTube folks, hey, thank you for watching. Give this a like. You made it this far. Congratulations. Give it a like to promote it to other people and to yourself. Other than that, take care. I will see you in 2 weeks. All right. Enjoy the Olympics. Bye-bye.